Upsetting yan. Hello everyone, welcome back to the session. Please check with my voice guys whether it is clear for you or not. Please confirm me. Yeah, Satvika, you can ask your doubt, no problem. Very good morning. Sorry, very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Gangotri. Thank you, Manikya. Yeah, today first before the starting time only I'm checking with my mic because yesterday we have faced a lot of difficulties, right? So that's why I'm checking with my mic whether it is audible for you or not. So if that is fine, we can wait for 5 to 10 minutes. Then after we can start with our session. So yesterday we have discussed more on the practical side, right, about the list and the form. So today I'm going to discuss the formulas and what are the important things that should be displayed for you people. For that particular list configurations as well as form configuration. I'm going to show the definitions for them. Okay. And what is the importance of each and everything. Then after we will start working on the applications as well as modules. Okay. In that also we are going to discuss multiple scenarios, use cases, where we are going to give the roles for the application, removing the roles for the application, how we are going to give the roles for the modules, how we can see the modules, how we can't see the modules. Okay. So we will discuss a lot of things, guys. So be ready with everything and everyone should focus on the screen and should ask some doubts guys, because if you ask doubts only then I can feel confident enough to teach you, because whatever thing that I do to teach you everyone, right? So you need to practice that and need to make the question of that particular concept, why I can't create this from this and why I can create this from this. So if you question like that only, then it will be good for you as well as for me, so that I can start learning from my side and teach you in the better way. And even you will also get something to new to learn on that particular concept. Okay. So guys, I think everyone is coming now only. So now the count is 100 plus. I need to wait for 5 to 10 minutes, I think so. So that the count will go to the 500 plus. Then after we can start our topics. So once again, please confirm guys whether you are able to hear me or not. Then we can proceed with our thing. Everyone, please try to respond to me, guys. Whoever joining in the session, please try to respond to me whether you are able to hear my voice or not, because that is very important thing, right? Because yesterday we have faced a lot of difficulties regarding this. So, guys, please let me know whether you are able to hear me or not. That's it. So, I will also wait for 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, you can ask your doubts. In the meantime, you can ask your doubts regarding the things that we have practiced until now. So after 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to start the things that should be told today. So we are going to discuss firstly about the list configuration, the definitions of the list configuration, and what is the importance of that. And in that, I have skipped one thing, guys, yesterday. So I haven't told that what is breadcrumbs, right? So I will tell you that as well. Breadcrumb is nothing but a filter. Okay. Krishnavani, no problem. You can watch the recordings. Okay. Recordings will be recordings will be posted in the Telegram group. You can check it out there and you can start working on the concepts. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about the list configurations as well as we continued working on the form configuration. So yesterday, I think so, I have forgot to tell you one more concept, guys. That is form formatting. Okay. So I need to tell that, as well as I will tell the definitions for the entire list thing that we have worked on yesterday, as well as we will go with the next concepts. So when I clicking on the start building, it is not opening, and I started opening in a different way from the manage instance password, but it's not opening. It's an admin role, but not opening. So what you can do is, Satvika, is like as for now the instance is going under the maintenance. Okay, So you all can see one notification, right? Whenever you are clicking on, whenever you are searching for the developer.servicenow.com, on the first page itself, you are going to see one notification whether the instance is under the maintenance. Please consider that whatever the difficulties that you face, that will be noted, and please work on the later on times. Okay, so that is the issue. That is not a issue from your side. That is the issue from the ServiceNow people. So don't need to worry. You can access your instance later on time. So if that is not working out, whatever the password that you are giving while entering that, like username and password, at that point of time, you can see one more option like reset my password. Okay. Try to go with that as well. If that is working fine, then you can use the instance. If that is not working, so what you can do is like release that instance and go with the previous version of the instance. So my smart login credentials came with the wrong name and user, so reply to the email. Samir, what you can do is like you can need to contact the support team only. So I will make sure that everyone should have a support team mail ID, guys. So let me give that for you people as well, because I haven't mentioned that in the yesterday's class also. But I got to know that there is a support mail ID for you. Sir, I will be doing with my personal. Sai Rohini, whatever the mail ID that you have used for the registration of AppSheet program, right? Use that same mail ID for everything. No problem. Okay. You're going to get the credentials and you can contact with the support team. They will definitely help you. Okay. So I'm not getting the create my studio website inside coming from create map. So that means you are working on the Washington version. So if you go with the Washington version, what happens is like it will show create an app option. Okay. Oh, you are not able to see the entire preview that we are working on. Shake. If that is the case, what you can do is like change the user role of that. Okay, so go to the ServiceNow website page. Okay, in that you have a user menu. In that we can see instance actions. Okay, instant actions. Particularly in that we have one option called change user role. Click on that, then you will find out that will be in the App Engine Studio role. Okay, so change that to the admin role. Then it will be fine. Change the user role. Yeah, guys, I think there is enough time for you people to join the class. I think still students are joining. No problem. They will join in the class. But let me start the session because we need to work on a lot of things. Okay. So before starting the session, please everyone give the thumbs up so that I can share the screen as well as I can start the lecture. Sir, NASCOM ServiceNow course series. Yeah, Venkataramana, that will help you to work on the now learning courses. Okay, so from the NASCOM only you are redirecting to the now learning because we have added over that. Okay, so from that, if you click on any course link, right, it will automatically navigate you to the now learning platform. There you need to work on that course. Okay? So whatever the courses that you are seeing in the NASCOM, all that are there in the now learning, but the links will be given over there. You need to click on that and try to complete the courses that you have assigned with. Sir, in smart entrance login credentials, my college name is wrong. Hemalata, whatever the things that you are facing with the credentials, please contact the support team. I'm going to share the support mail ID after some time because students are still joining, guys. Okay, so wait for some time. After everyone is joining, I'm going to share. Okay, so I'm going to share smart intent credentials, how you are going to log in, how you are going to see your course, and where are the courses that you can check for, and how you can check the completion of the course. I will show that as well, guys. And I also share the support team mail ID for you people, so that if you are facing any kind of difficulties, like your credentials are wrong, like email ID, college mail ID, or name, whatever the thing that you are seeing in the platform, if that is wrong, if that is editable by you, you can edit that. If that is not editable by you, please go with the support mail. Okay. Sushmita Lakshmi, I will tell you whether you need to do that or not. As for now, please complete the courses. Okay. So we have a lot of time to complete the courses. Please go with the courses. Then after we will discuss about the exam and rest of the things. So I can't able to create extend tables while creating activity table. It is not showing student table in the extends table. I'm already kept active single option for the student. Asma, what you can do is like, I think you have kept that active in the student table, but you haven't saved that form. Okay, please check that. Go to the student table. Okay, in that, go to the control section. In there itself, you will find option called extensible. Click on that. Then after update the form. If you're not updating the form, then it won't accept the configurations that you do. Okay. And please try to refresh the page whenever you're working on the multiple tabs to display something, if that has been saved. Okay. So guys, I think everyone are ready for today's session. Please give the thumbs up, guys. So everyone, please let me know whether you are able to see the screen or not. Everyone can see the screen, right? Guys, also please inform your friends that session has been started, because now the count is only 400. I think daily we have at least 500 plus students. Okay. So let them also listen the concept that we are discussing, right? So if your friends are there with you, if they are not joining, please let them know session has been started, and let them also join in the session. Okay. Yeah, everyone can see the screen. So firstly, I'm going to demonstrate you the definitions of the list configurations, guys. Then after, I'm going to the instance. Then I will show you what we have discussed yesterday and what are the things that we are doing with the definitions. Then after, we have skipped one topic, that is formatter. Okay, so form formatter. So I'm going to explain that as well. Okay, how we are going to create one formatter for our own custom table, and where we see the live formatters, like what are the updates that we are going to see on the form that will update it, right? That will be automatically goes to the activity frame. Okay, so I will show that where we can see that and what you can see that. Okay, so as for now, I'm going with the definitions, guys. So this is the thing that you have seen it yesterday last, right? So yesterday we have discussed about the two search options. Sorry, guys. So yesterday we have observed that we have two search options in the list, and we have two filter options. Okay, one is beside the field name, where you can see set of fields. Okay, from that we can choose the field, and we can go with the search of the record that we want. And one more is like beneath the field labels, like you can see all the columns, right? At the bottom of the screen, you are seeing that number, open, short description, color, priority, state. Okay, so these all are the different columns that we have. So under beneath that particular column, we are going to see one search box. Okay, if you click on that magnifier lens, otherwise you can't see that. So these are the two search options that we have in the list, as well as we have two filter options. Okay, whereas coming to these filter options, one is using funnel icon and one is using column options. Okay, so I already told that column options is only for the simple filters. Like we can't go with the single field, multiple filters. Okay, so if you want to perform that kind of a filter, like you want to see the records state equals to new and state equals to in progress and state equals to on hold, so that you can't keep from the show matching or column options that we have. So that is only possible using the filter option, funnel icon. Okay, the icon that you are seeing over there the filter option that we call as a funnel icon, and the option that we represent that as a filter. Okay, please remember this also, guys. So next, coming to the next PPT page. So here you are going to see all the things that we have discussed yesterday. So you all observe that we have a title bar where that is going to display the list view name as well as list name. Okay. So whereas coming to the breadcrumbs, what is this breadcrumbs and where you are going to see these breadcrumbs is like. So let me go to the instance, guys. I will show that. So here, yesterday we have worked with multiple filters on the incident table, right? Let me go with the all. So this is the without filter view of a incidents, where we have created one test view that is active now as well. The test incidents has been active. Here you can see we have added few more fields also, that is using personalized list. I will also tell you the difference between personalized list as well as list view. Okay. So here you can see beside any field name, we will see three dots. That is nothing but a column options. From this, we are going to sort out some things and we are going to configure the list layout as well. So to create a list layout, we need to go to the column options, configure, then after list layout, where we are going to create a new layout for ourselves, for our table. Okay. So this particular list layout that you are preparing over here, that will be also visible to every person who is going to access this table. Okay. Whereas coming to this particularly, suppose if I'm going with one filter, let's assume that I want to see category equals to network. So these are the records I want to see in my list. Okay, let me run it. So after running my filter, you are going to see there are 5 records that has been displayed over here because the category has been set to network only to these 5 records. Okay, only to these 5 records. But here you can see the filter has been mentioned. The filter has been mentioned very clearly here. All greater than and category equals to network. So the line that you are seeing above the field columns, the line that you are seeing above the columns, all the filters will be displayed over here. The line that you are seeing over here, that we call as the breadcrumbs. Okay. So the line that you are seeing over here with the filters, that we call as a breadcrumbs. So what is the use of this breadcrumbs is like, suppose if you are working on any kind of code, any kind of an automation, suppose you want to see that this particular criteria record only should be displayed, or this kind of an automation that you want to perform in a coding. So if you want to query of that, so directly right click on it, you will see copy query option or open a new window and copy URL as well. So if you go with the copy query, it will directly fetch the API names of the category as well as API names of the backend value of network, and it will display the query of that particular breadcrumbs that we have. That is nothing but a filter. Okay. So this is the main use of breadcrumbs, guys. So rather than that, there is no other things that we can discuss about the breadcrumbs. And you all know about the column header search and column headers. Okay. So column header search is nothing but search option that we have. Okay. Specifically for the each and every column. If you click on the magnifier lens, that will be visible for each and every column that are there in the list. And if you see the last option, field values. So in each and every list, we can see the records, right? For each and every record, we can separately modify that. Okay. So we can separately modify the value of that list. So that we call as a list editor. Okay. That we call as a list editor. Actually, I have discussed about this particular concept yesterday also, but let me revise that so that you people can understand very clearly with the definitions as well. So yesterday I forgot to show the definitions for each and everything. That's it. So list editor is the thing that we can use for the list. So it's basically used to edit the values inside the record without opening the record. Okay. Suppose if I want to edit this particular value, priority, now this particular record having a planning 5. If I want to edit this particularly, then I can double click on it. I can change that. Okay. I can change that. Say click on save edits. So this is how I'm going to change that, but it won't happen to the standard ones because I already told that for few particular columns, there are validations that are set already that we can't change directly. Okay. Suppose if you want to change the priority, that means we need to change the 2 things of this particular record. Okay, let me open this. So if I want to change this particular priority, I need to change the impact of that, and also I need to change the urgency of that. Then only this particular priority will be changed. Otherwise, it won't be changed. Okay. And that won't display to the demo data that has been given in the incident table, right, guys? Because these are the standard ones. Okay. So if you go for the custom table, that is very easy. Let me go for the student and I will show that. So now I'm displaying the list of records from the student table. If I want to edit this particular record, I can directly double click on it and I can add the values over here. List view. So this is how I'm going to save the record without opening the record. Okay. So this is the advantage of list view. Sorry, list editor. Even we have one more advantage for the list editor, that is we can edit multiple values for the single column. That means click on shift. Okay, click on shift. Then after right click on the cursor and drag that and select the columns that you want to edit. And if you edit any one of the column, then it will automatically update all the selected values for the column. Okay, here it is directly telling that if you update this particular column, 4 rows will be updated. Okay, so this is how we can use the list editor. Let me add this as well. So this is how that is going to work. This we call as a list editor. Okay. So then after, what is the next concept that we have here? Yeah, list filter, right? So yesterday I have discussed about this list filter. Whenever we are working on the list filter, we need to know what are the 3 components that we are having in that particularly, that is field. Okay. Then second one is operator. The third one is value. You also remember the order of these guys. That is very important. First, always we need to define the field. Then after we need to define the operator. Then after we need to go with the value. Okay. So here while working on the filter, we have an additional advantage. We can keep the operators of that particular filter that we are keeping. Like we have 2 operators and or, so that we can find out the records that are related and not related. Okay. So this is the thing that you need to know from the filter on filtering of the list. And we also created filtered list view once in yesterday's class. Okay. So whereas coming to this list personalization, okay, so we have for every table, if you go for every table, we have one icon over there. Okay, so that gear icon we call as a personalized list. Okay, so if you go with the personalized list, it will automatically display all the fields that are there in the table on the left side, available side. If you want to see that particular data on your list view, you can directly add that so that it won't affect to the other persons. Okay, so that it won't affect to the other persons. Okay, so whereas coming to the list view, what happens is like if you create in a list view, it will also goes same list view for all the people. Okay, it will also use the same list view for all the people. But whereas coming to the personalized list, that helps to keep our own columns so that we can work on our own scenarios. Okay, so let me show you that as well. So this icon that you are seeing over here on the beside the actions and related rows, this we call as a personalized list. Basically, this will help you to add the fields that are available in our table. Okay, suppose if I want to see the date of birth of a person's and where it should be displayed, I can decide that as well, and I can click on it. So it will automatically add it to the list. Okay, it is automatically added to the list where I can see all the date of births of the students, but no one has been mentioned with the date of birth because that is a read-only field. Okay, so no problem. So these are we are going to use personalized list, and now let me show you the difference between these two. The difference between personalized list and configuration list. Whereas coming to this personalized list, the list changes we made will be visible to the only person that is been made by that person. Okay, so that is nothing but the person who are going to use the personalized list, that will be changing the view of the person who is going to change the personalized list for that person. It won't affect the entire list view. Okay, even personalized list can be done by any user in the platform. Personalized list can be done by any user in the platform. Whereas coming to the list, okay, so the list that you are creating, the changes that you made, that will be applied to all the users in the ServiceNow platform, as well as we can't create the list view, okay, so by any other users that we have. The only person that can create the list view is the admin. Okay, so these are the two differences that you people need to know about the personalized list as well as list view. And then after the topic that we have discussed is dot working. This is the definition of dot working, and this is the exact preview that you people need to remember how we have discussed about the dot working. Okay, so at the green color, green color fields that you are seeing that are nothing but the reference fields. You need to click on that fields and you need to click on the extend button so that you are going to open the fields under the particular table. So there itself you can add the fields that are necessary for you to the selected section so that it will give the values automatically from the selected section. Okay. So whereas coming to the form configuration, guys, I have missed one thing, that is formatters. Okay. So whereas coming to this formatters, what is formatter and why we use these formatters? Okay. Basically, formatter is an element used to display information that is not a field in the record. Okay. That is not a field in the record. Basically, formatter is not a field in the record. It will directly give the information and it will directly display the information without even giving any additional accesses for the record. Okay, so here these are the few formatters that we have. One is activity, one is process, one is parent breadcrumbs, one is approval summarize, and one is CA relationship. Okay, so whereas coming to this formatter, mainly you are going to see these activities in our incidents. Let me show that. Okay, so here one example is also been displayed already. Now let me go to the instance here. If I go to the instance, guys, let me go with the incident. So let me go with the incident. Let me create one incident rather than going with the existing one. So here you can see there are no activities or no formatters has been displayed as for now. Even there are no related links is been displayed to this record. So now I'm creating one record here that is with the number of 12. Okay. Now I'm selecting the column as test user 3. Okay. So here we are going to discuss about the formatters. So let me write that as a formatter issue and testing. Okay. So this is the mandatory fields that we need to fill to save the data. Okay. So after doing the data entry in the particular form, let me save that so that we can see the formatter as well as additional activities, additional related activities that we have for this particular table incident. Okay. So let me save that so that this particular record will be saved to the database. Now this record got saved. Okay. Now this particular record got saved. Now let me go back here. Here in the related section at the bottom of that, you are going to see activities. So I haven't added anything over here, guys. I haven't added anything over here. But whatever the things that you are updated on the form, okay, whatever the things that you are updated on the form, that can be visible in the short description, sorry, activities. But we need to specify the fields of that first, particularly. Okay. Suppose if I want to change so here in this particular incident, it will only display few particular fields. It will only display few fields that can be visible. Okay. But whereas coming to our own filter that we want to create for the activities for our table, student table, where we can decide which are the fields that we can display to the activities that can be displayed. Okay. So this way we are going to see activities, and if you want to go with the other things that we have, that is process flow and rest other things, or so we are going to discuss all those things, guys. No need to worry. While working on the automations, we are going to discuss about the process flow as well as CI relationship, that how we can keep that on the form. Okay. So where you are going to see this particular formatters is like if you go for the form configuration and if you go for any of the form type. Okay. So if I go with the form design also, anything is fine. Guys, are you able to hear me? Please confirm me whether you are able to hear me or not, guys. You are able to hear, right? That's great. Yeah. So let me go with the formatter sections where you are going to observe the formatter. Now I am in the form design. Here I'm not going to the create any fields, guys. If you want to create any fields, we need to go to the field types, right? Before that, we have a fields here. These are the different fields that are coming from the extended table. Okay, these are the fields that are coming from the extended table. That means task table. These all fields are coming from a task table, but we are not using that. Beside that, so beneath that, we have one more option called formatters. From this, we are going to see different formatters has been having over here, where we can add this particular formatters to the form directly. So from that particularly, we have added one formatter called activities filtered formatter. So now I will create one activity filtered formatter for our own custom table. Okay. So guys, please listen carefully how I'm going to create that. Guys, my network is working perfectly fine. Please check with your connection. No problem. Okay. So you can watch the recordings as well, guys. Okay, no need to worry about this. And but try to listen the class. Okay, so that you people can remember the steps, right? So here we have one formatter for the incident table, that is activities, where it is displaying the activities that has been done on the record. Okay. So now in the same way, we are going to create one formatter for our own student table. Okay. So whereas coming to our student table, let me go to the student table. So let me go to the student table. If I go to the student table, if I open any record also, guys, if I open any record also, there is no such thing called a formatter. There is no such thing called a formatter where I can see the additional data. Okay. There is no such thing called a formatter so that we can see additional data of a record. So if I want to see what are the things that have been done by different people on the same record, I can use activities, guys, so that I can observe this record has been updated by this person and this record has been created by this person. Okay. So I can check without even going to the record, so that if you see the activities, I can observe that what are the modifications that has been done to the record. So for that specifically, what I need to do is like I need to create one activity formatter first. First of all, I need to create one activity formatter. Then I can use that to the student table. Okay. So before that, I will show you opening a form, going to the config form design. So here also one default formatter has been there for us. So if you see, there is one default formatter is there for us. But if you add this, it won't display the data that is necessary for our table. Okay. It won't display the necessary data for our table. So if that should be displayed our own data, then we need to configure that. So rather than that, so we can do that as well, guys. Okay. So we can add this existing activity formatter and we can change the configurations of that so that it will display the student data. But you people need to know, right? How we are going to create our own formatter. So for that, what you can do is like go to the all here, search for formatter. So under system UI, guys, under system UI application, you are going to see one module with the name formatters. Okay, you are going to see one module with the name was called formatters. Click on that. So here you are going to see different formatters has been created over there here. So now we are working on the activities, right? So now we are working on the activities. Let me copy the activities formatter here so that I can give directly to the student. So I'm creating new record for our own table. So here, whereas coming to the formatters, that is activity XML, and the name of the formatter is student updates on activities. So whereas coming to the table, I'm going to select our own table, that is custom table student. Okay. So now we have our own formatter that is being created for our table. Okay. So that is only specifically works for the student table where we can configure ourselves very easily. So whereas coming to the default formatter that we have, if you go for that, we need to configure a lot of things. We need to fetch our own fields that we have in our student table. That will take a lot of time. Rather than that, we can directly create our own formatter for our own table so that it will display the fields that are there in the table. So click on submit. Now we have created one formatter for our particular table that we have. So let me add that to the student. Okay. So how I'm going to add that? Going to the student form, going to the student form from context menu, from the context menu, configure, form design. So here you can see the activity formatter that we have created that has been displayed over here. The activity formatter that was created by me that is being displayed over here. You can check it out. Okay. So let me add this particular to the section. So let me make it a single column so that it will be looks good. Okay. So let me save this to the page. Okay. So now we have got a activity formatter for our record. So if I save any data in our record, that will display in the activity formatter now. Okay. So now let me create one record for ourselves. Okay. So I'm creating one random record where I'm filling the mandatory data. So if I not fill the mandatory data, I can't save the record. So I'm doing that. Now click on save so that we can see the activity formatter. So guys, here we can see the activities has been came here, but I can't see the formatter exactly looking like a incident table. So for that, we need to check whether the fields that we have entered the data that is been there in our selected column or not. So for that, we are clicking on the filter icon. So go to the config available filter. So you can see all the filter fields that we have created, all are there in our selected section. Save it once again and refresh the page so that we are going to see the activity field. Okay. So we got the clarity how the activities frame is being created for me. So here, the first activity that has been done by the system administrator, he created one record with the name Gujja Sandeep, as well as the passed out here has been mentioned, as well as student mail has been mentioned. Okay. So if I update any other things rather than that, that particular thing also will be added over there. So let me do that as well. Um, Let me select the department and save the record. So you can see we got a second activity that is also done by system administrator. You can even check the timings of that also, guys, and the date and timings of the activity that is being performed on the record. So these how we are going to work on the activities for a particular. Sorry, these how we are going to work on the formatters for a particular form. Okay, so we have discussed only activities as for now. So if you go further, like if you go for the next processes that we are going to discuss, like automations, in that particular time duration, I'm going to tell how we are going to create our own process flow and how we are going to add that to the particular field, particular form. Okay, so what is the use of that and how we can move that particularly? So how the automation is going to perform on that particular process flow, I'm going to explain that. So as for now, you people need to know, right, how we are going to work on the formatters. This is one way we are going to work on the formatter where we can create our own activity stream for our table. Okay, so guys, you got the clarity? Anyone have any doubts? Hello. So guys, let me explain that particular thing. That particular thing once again, okay? So that everyone, I think, get confused about this. Okay. Basically, formatters. What is formatters? So first we will observe that what is formatters. Then why we created one formatter for our own. Okay. So here, if you see, formatter is one of the element used to display information that is not a field in the record. Okay. So if you see, observe here clearly, if you see in the particular record, so this is the form, right? This is the form. Before saving my form, I can't see these activities that is being displayed over here. Okay, I can't see these activities that is being displayed over here. But what is the use of this creation of these activities? Why we need to create formatters are like, so we have a different processes to create an activity. Suppose if I want to check, when I am working on the incident table, so which person is coming to resolve this ticket and which person has been updated my record. So which person got the exact timings of that record, each and everything will be updated in the activity stream. If someone is rather than me, someone is working on my record. So by that way, I can check what are the things that are being done on the activities. Okay. So if that is been exactly correct, so everything that you have performed on the form will be storing in the activities. Then I can show that on my students also, right? I can show that also my own student table so that each and every student can observe if any missing data, if anything is been happening to the student, so that will be updated. So that will be noted by the activities. Okay. So in a similar way, so if you go for the incident, that is very big thing, right? So it will always handle the tickets that are coming from the issues. So each and every person is been watching over the tickets and someone will update that, someone will resolve that, someone will give the exact solution for that ticket. Okay. So each and everything that is being done on the form will be stored in the form of an activity. So this is one of the formatter that we have. Whereas coming to the formatter, so there are four more things that we have. This is process flow and breadcrumbs principle and few more things. Okay. So the simple things that you want to learn from the formatter, how it is been displayed on the form. So for that, we have taken a small example that is activities. Okay. So this is only simple, guys. If you go for the next other formatters, that is somewhat difficult. That why I told that I will explain that when I'm explaining about the flows. Okay. So this is a simple activity that we can perform. To perform this kind of an operation, okay, to perform this kind of an activities on your particular board. Okay. So let me do the same thing for the faculty also. Okay, we have a faculty also, right? Okay, so we have a faculty table as well. So if I go with the faculty table, click on the new. If I create any record, I can't find any updates. Okay, so I can't find any activity stream for that, so that I can't see any updates over there. My record got saved. I created JJJ record. Okay, so in the particular case, I want to see the all the performance activities that has been performed by the faculty. Okay, so then to create this particular activity stream, we need to go to the all. Okay, so please remember these points, guys. Please go to the all, search for formatter. Okay, search for formatter. After searching for the formatter, you will see one module with the name formatters under system UI. Click on that. So to create our own activity stream, we need to create for our own table. Okay. So previously I have created one for the student. Now I'm going to create one for the faculty. So for that, click on the new, name that. Okay, I'm naming that as info. So here, whereas coming to the formatter, we need to define the formatter type. Okay, so we need to define the formatter type, that is activity.xml. So please remember this. This is the defined condition that we need to keep for our formatters to create our own activity. Okay, so and we are not changing any other things. We are directly going to give the table name. So let me give the table name faculty. So it is clear now. As per now, guys, it is clear. It is clear as per now? Yeah, each and every class is being recorded, guys. You can watch this after the class also. So if you want to practice that, you can watch the entire thing once again. You can watch it multiple times, no problem. You can practice that you so that you can understand. Okay. So if that is clear until now, let me go with the next steps. Until now it is done. Everyone got that? Yeah. So now, so this is the process that we have created one our own activity stream for the faculty, but it was not directly showing on that form. So let me save this, submit this. So if I go to the faculty, sorry, if I go to the faculty, now if I go to the faculty table, if I go to the any record of the table, if I go to the any record of the table, or if I update anything also, save that. I can't see the activity stream as per now. So what we need to do, we need to manually add that activity stream to our form. Okay. So how we are going to do that is like go to the context menu, configure, form design. So it will be easy for us to find the formatters. So if you go for the form layout, we need to manually search for our layout, sorry, formatter name, that is info. Okay. So this will be easy if you go for the form design. Okay, so we can directly see the formatters that are available. So now I can directly add our own formatter that has been created, that is with the name of info, drag that and save that to the form. Okay, saved it. So is that clear for until now, guys? Everyone got the points what we did? Yep. So now this particular formatter is been added, that is with the name of activities. Okay, so I have named it that in the name of info, that's it. Okay, but the backend work of that info is working as an activity stream. Okay, so I have defined with the formatter tab as activity.xml. So that will help you to work on the activities of the record. So if I go to the record, now you can't see the activities as per now. You can't see the activities as per now. Let me do the changes here for the record. Let me save this. See, it got updated. It got updated, and you can see one activity is been should show here. One activity should show here where email is been updated, but it is not displaying as per now. So to check that, we need to go to the funnel icon. Okay, we need to go to the funnel icon here beside the activities. We have one more option here called configure available fields. So we are just going to this particular configure available fields and make sure that all the fields that are created in our faculty, all the fields that are created in our faculty table should be there in the selected section. So should be there in the selected section. Now everything is in the selected section already. So let me save that and it will show the activity stream, guys. Okay. It will display the activity stream. That's it. Got the idea how it is working? So previously the activity was, the mail was test at the rate 6 at the rate gmail.com. But now it got changed to the test at the rate was the previous one is test at the rate 6 gmail dot. Okay. So if I change the name of the particular faculty test Sandeep, and if I save that, even that will also update it to the activities. So we have performed 3 activities on our particular form so that we can see what are the activities that is being performed on the form. Okay. So got the clarity now? Got the clarity now? So shall I start one more topic that is about data modeling? That is about data modeling, working on the applications as well as modules. Okay. So can I start one more topic, guys? Please reply in the Q&A. We have almost 470 plus students, guys. If everyone replied once also, it will show me the messages like the count will increase in the Q&A. Everyone understood the topic that we have discussed, that is form formatter, where we create the form formatters and where we use that particular form formatter. So we have few more form formatters that we will going to discuss in the next coming topics. Okay. So if that is not possible for you people to give the message in the Q&A, you can use thumbs up emoji. That is also fine. So let me go with the next topic, that is application as well as module. Okay, so whereas coming to this application in ServiceNow, application is nothing but a modern application ServiceNow management combines the functionalities of applications within the advanced capabilities, accessibilities, and support for the cloud-based software as a service solutions. Okay, this is a simple terminology, guys, simple definition for the application. So application basically what that particular application do is like, what are the things that are required for our organization, for our every cloud domain. Okay, so it will store all the modules in that particular application and it will display the data according to the module that we go with. Okay, so whereas coming to this second point, ServiceNow, the leader in IT management, is one of the forefront of this resolution. So you already know that why we are learning this particular ServiceNow. So it is working on our IT management particularly. Okay, so where IT people can use ServiceNow directly so that they can reduce the backend work. So a lot of backend work will be reduced if you use ServiceNow in our organizations. So based on the HR management, based on the backend operation management, based on the business management, based on the IT management, based on the everything, guys, everything, finance management. Okay, so each and every management is been handled in our ServiceNow with the own applications. Okay, each and every particular portfolio do have own applications. Now we are learning ITSM, right? In that particularly we are discussing about the applications. So basically while building the ServiceNow, they firstly focused on the ITSM. Okay, so that's the issue. That's why we are working on the ITSM. That is the base one. So whereas coming modules. So modules are the children or the second tier navigation options to the applications in the application navigator. Modules often link to other pages or records in the platform. So modules that you are seeing under the application that won't open the always, so that won't navigate to any table. It also helps to navigate to the other pages as well, guys. Okay, so I will tell you what are the links types that we have while creating the module. So I will also tell you what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages if we use this particular kind of scenario. So you can configure which module appears in the application navigator using application menu module. Okay, so this is the thing that we can go for to create an application. Okay, so Naga Chaitanya, I will let you know whether that is possible or not later on. Guys, please confirm me whether you are able to hear my voice clearly. Yes, that's fine. It's clear, right? Yeah. Okay. So you already know that to create an application, we need to go to the application menu. So where we are going to go, application menu. So for that, we need to go to the instance. So go to the all filter navigation, search for the application menu. Okay. So now I have searched for the application menu. That module is available under system definition application, guys. This is also one of the application. We are going to see our applications creator under the system definitions application. Okay, so we need to click on the application menu where we are going to see all the applications that are available in our instance. Okay, so we have almost 178 applications available in our instance. Okay, so that is not specified that only the application that you are seeing now is only visible to that way. Okay, so each and every application do have its own uniqueness, and that is also accessible by the different persons. Okay, so to create an application, we need to click on this new button. Okay, so under application menu, you are seeing new button. Click on that. It is asking for me to fill the details. Okay, it is asking for me to fill the details. So basically, I'm naming this particular application as uh, let me name one of the application called XY. XYZ Corps. Okay, so this is my application college name. Okay, XYZ Corps is a college name, guys. That is the application name that I'm going to give for this particular application. Okay, so I'm not going to add any role over here, as well as I'm not going to decide any category. Okay, that is the custom application that I'm going to create, and I will discuss about this hint as well as description. So whereas coming to this hint, whatever thing that you are writing over here, okay, so that will be displayed whenever you are placing your cursor on this particular application. So let me write something and I will show that as well. So here I'm going to write it as it will. So this application is for college management. Okay, so even I'm going, even if I want to give the description, I can give that. If I don't want to give any description, I can leave it. But you people try to give the description because that will help you people to get a good knowledge what you're working on. So whatever the thing that you're going to build, so give that as a description over there, so that you people also remember that why you people created this particular application. So whatever the thing that you are going to create, guys, if you are working on the application, if you are working on the module, if you are working on the table, okay. So if you're going to see particular field called description, please try to fill that so that it will help you. Okay. So to identify what you're working on. Okay. So let me click on submit over here, guys. So let me search for my application, that is XYZ Corps. So here you can see my application is being created. So if I search for my application in the all menu, guys, if I search for my application in the all menu, whether I'm going to see my application or not. So my question is, I have created one application, guys. Okay. So to create the application, I need to go to the all menu, search for the application menu. Then after click on the application menu module, after that, we need to directly go for the new button and create our own application. Okay. So here is my question. I have created one application with the name XYZ Corps. XYZ Corps, that is for the college purpose. Okay. So how many of you people thinking that I can see my application in the all menu? So I have created one application. Whether that is visible or not, I will tell you later. But let me ask for you whether you are capable enough to answer the question or not. So because I already discussed this particular thing on the roles. Okay? When I'm explaining about the roles for a particular user, when I'm giving the roles, I'm not giving the roles. I have discussed something over there. So how many of you people thinking that I can see the application that is been created now? So please press 1 in the Q&A. So please press 1 in the Q&A. So I need to see at least 400 plus answers, guys. I need to see at least 400 plus answers because we are almost 500 students count in our class. So if you are thinking that that particular application that I have created is visible in the all menu, please press 1, otherwise press 0. Got the question, guys? Everyone understood the question? Give the thumbs up in the emoji. We are working on the applications. Okay. So we have created one application. So I'm asking that the application that I have created is being visible to the all menu or not. I have displayed that in the application as well. So this is the application menu table, right? So you can see my application has been created. If I search in the all menu, whether I'm going to see that or not, that's the thing I want to. Irfan, please check with your connection because everyone can see the screen. So most of you people are thinking that this particular thing will be visible in the, sorry, this particular application that I have created will be visible in the all menu. Okay, so let me search that. So you will also get the clarity whether it is visible or not. So my answer is 0 because that won't be visible. Okay, so if I search for my application that is XYZ, I can't see that. Okay, I can't see my application, but I have created one application. So I can't see that application because why I can't see that application? Because we haven't created any modules. Okay. So whenever you are creating any application, guys, okay, everyone please listen. Whenever you are creating any application, you people need to create modules for that application to display that application on the all menu. So if you want to see this application has been created in our all menu, then you need to must involve any one of the module in that. Okay. So for that, let me create one module in this particular application. So you can see in the related list, I got to see modules. In the related list, I got to see the modules section. Let me add the module section over here. So let me add one module so that I can see the application. So this particular application that I have created is for college purpose, right? So let me go with the fields that we have. Sorry, let me go with the tables that we have in our scenarios. Okay. So let me check with the different things also. So to create a module, you need to click on the new. Okay. So here it is asking for me to mention the title. Okay. So here it is asking for me to mention the title. So list of student records. So this is the title I'm going to give for my module, and I'm not defining any order. If I want to give the hint, I can give that. Okay. So to display student records, this particular module is helping us to display the student records. So where I'm going to define that. So here, if you see in the visibility, there is no particular table I can define to get the data. Okay. So for that, we need to go to the next section, that is link type. Next section, that is link type. Click on this. Okay. So I'm going to discuss all the things, guys, all the things that you are seeing in the previous page, also visibility. I'm going to discuss that as well. But let me create one application first and let me show you whether it has been visible or not. Then after, we will go with all the things. Okay. So now it is showing that link type is list of records and table is not selected. So that is a mandatory field. So that I need to mention over here. So the data that I want to see is student table records. Okay. Let me search for that. Okay, so I have selected the student table, click on submit. Okay, we got one module for our application. So we got one module for our application. So let me save it. Whatever the things that we perform on the form, please try to save that, guys, to see the configuration or being applied to your entire instance. Okay, so we have created our own application. Okay, so let me to update or save whatever the thing. So now how many of you people thinking that whether I can see the application or not? No need to refresh. Krishnavini, what is the exact thing that you want to ask? So now press 1, guys, if that particular application has been visible for you, or press 0 if that is not. Still, I haven't searched that. Okay. In all menu. Now I have created one particular module for our application. So now I want to know whether this particular application is been visible in the all menu or not. visible, sir. Yes. Let me search for that. So now I'm going to the all menu, guys. Once again, let me search for my application. What is my application name? What is my application name? XYZ. So you all can see, right, guys? So you all can see this is my application name, and that I have created one module that is list of student records. Okay. So if I click on this module, it will directly navigate me to see the records that are there in the student table. So I can see list of student table records. I can see list of student table records, right? So this is the advantage of creating the application as well as modules. Why we won't go with the creation of module and application when we create the table is that is not good for every table that we create to create a module as well as one application. So that is not necessary. So we can directly create our own application and we can decide what is the data that should be displayed in this particular application by giving the modules. Okay. So here, this is our college XYZ Corps, and here I'm going to see the students data. If I want to see the faculty data, then what I need to do? I need to add one more module over there. That's it. I need to add one more module over there so that I can see the faculty list of records. Okay. So how I'm going to do that? So to do that, I need to go to the again application menu and I need to search for the our application. And then after I need to click on my application record. I need to scroll down. Then I need to go with the module. So let me do that. Application menu. So under system definition, I can see application menu. Click on that. So search for my application. So I got my application. Click on that particular record. So scroll down to create one more module. Okay, to create one more module. Click on new. I can go with one, creating one more module here. Okay, so I will show another way also, guys. I will show another way also. So let me go back. Suppose if you want to work on your application that you created directly, so then search for your application in the all. So what is our application? That is XYZ, right? XYZ Corps College. Okay. Beside that, we are going to see inline edit option. Inline edit option that will help us to directly navigate to our application menu. Okay. If I click on this inline edit option, it will directly open the record of my existing application menu that is been created. Okay. Where you are going to see the title of the application and custom roles that if there is any added and what is the module that is been there. Okay. So now let me add one more module, guys, to show the faculty. But now I'm going to explain in detail about the module. So please observe that. So in detail about the module means what are the other things that you people need to know about the module. Okay. So now I'm defining that list of faculty records. So that is should be also displayed under application menu. That is XYZ Corps. I'm not specifying the order. Hint faculty records are displayed in list. Okay. So I'm going to the link type. Here in the link type, guys, here in the link type, if you click on this drop down, we have multiple link types. Okay. So each and every link type has its own uniqueness. Okay. Each and every link type has its own uniqueness. That means if you go for any other link type, you can't fetch the list of records. You can't fetch the list of records. So each and every link type, if you see here, there are almost 12 to 13 link types that we have here. So each and every link type have its own uniqueness. That means if you go for the list filter, then you can define the filter list that will be visible to the module. Okay. If you go for the list of records, it will directly go for the list of records. It will show all the records from the table. If you go for the HTML, where we need to add one argument over there, okay, arguments over there, that will directly help us to navigate to the page. Okay. We even can share document link. We even can share content page. We even can decide the assessment, and we even can use separators. We even can go for the new record. We even can directly go for the run report. Okay. So we even can open the script. Okay. So if you want to search, give the URL. That is also fine. If you want to create one survey form, if you want to display only single record. So if you see, each and every record type, sorry, link type here has its own uniqueness. So I'm going to explain you some, guys. I'm going to explain you some of the record types as for now. But you people need to clearly work on these record types, link types in the modules. Okay. So tomorrow everyone should work on each and every link type that is there in the module, and you people need to ask some doubts from this. Okay. So I'm not going to explain all the link types. I'm going to choose specific link types and I'm going to explain that. So then I'm going to show you how it is going to work. Okay. So here I want to show the faculty records, right? Click on the faculty records, click on submit. Okay. So one more module has been created. I'm going to create two more modules, guys. So let me go with the modules. So here I want to go with the new student. Okay, title as a new student, where I'm going to select the link type as different one. Okay. So link type as new record here. So where I'm giving the title as new student, that is going to match with my link type to display the form of a student. Okay. So to display the form of the student, where I'm going to store the record. Okay. So if I go with the student table, then it will directly display the form of a student. Okay. Submit. Now we have created three modules. Now let me go with one more module also for the faculty, so that we can clearly analyze what we are doing. Okay. New faculty. So here I need to decide the link type, that is new record, because I need to open the form of the faculty if I click on this particular module. So I have decided multiple modules. Let me update this as well. Okay, it got updated. Now if I go to the my application that I have created, XYZ Corps college application, so you can see all the modules that I have created is be displayed in the application. Okay, so each and every module has their own uniqueness. That means if I click on list of faculty records, it will display the records that are coming from the faculty table. Okay, it will display the list of records that are coming from the faculty table. Whereas coming to the next one, if I go for the next one, that is list of student records. If I click on this, it will display the list of records from the student table. If I go for the next one, that is new faculty. If I click on the new faculty, then it will display the form of the faculty. It will display the form of the faculty. Whereas coming to the next one, new student, it will display the form of the student. Okay. This is how we are going to work on the modules. This is how we are going to work on the modules, and this is how we are going to work on the applications. Okay. So now I will tell you in detail about this particularly, because you people need to know a lot of things while working on the application as well as module. Okay. So you can see all the applications has been modules has been given over here. Okay. So here you can see my application name XYZ Corps, and these are the modules that has been created. So if I want to sort these particular modules that I have, okay. So like I want to see the faculty separately, as well as I want to see the student separately. Okay. So means I want to see the student data separately, where I want to see the new student and the list of student records. And then after I want to see the new faculty and list of faculty records. Okay. So before going to do that, everyone please confirm me that you are able to understand the concept that I am explaining, right? So we have just created the modules and we have created the application. Everyone got the concept? Before continuing my process, yes, please let me know in the chat box, in the Q&A. Please, guys, please respond to me whether you're able to go with the concept. Yeah. Uh, Now, what I'm doing is like, I want to separate this particularly because I want to identify these particular modules are coming from student, these particular modules are coming from faculty. So for that, we have separate link type, guys. So we have one more link type where we can use that link type and we can decide that. So before going to that, I'm going to sort this particular order. Okay, firstly, I'm going to sort this order. Going to the application. Here we have an order call. We have an order column. So if I decide this particular faculty should be displayed first, I can decide that. Okay, 100. Then I want to display list of faculty records. That is 200. I'm giving the order. So then after I want to see the new student. So for this particularly I'm going to give 400, the list of student records. So for the new student that is 300. Okay. So I have defined the order that should be displayed on the form. Previously it was different. Now it is different, guys. You can see. I can see new faculty, then after new faculty list of faculty records, then after new student and new list of student records. Okay, so I'm going to explain about one more link type here so that you people can practice all the link types that are remaining there for you. Okay, so let me go and explain one more link type called separator. So that is a different and interesting link type that we have in our modules. Okay, so now I am differentiating this student details. I'm defining the order here itself 230, 250, and this particularly is a separator. Okay, so when I choose the link type as separator, it is not asking for me to fill the table. Okay, so I can click on submit. You can see that has been added under list of faculty records. Now I'm going to create one more for the faculty. So let me click on new. So let me name the module faculty details. So if I go and change the link type, then it won't show me the table of that particularly so that I can decide. So let me order this as well. So let me use this as 50. So I have maintained the order, guys, here so that I can see these are particularly for the faculty, these are particularly for the students. Okay. So if you go to my application now, here you can see my application has been given. So for that particularly, we have two separators. Okay, we have two separators where one separator is particularly helping for me to navigate to the faculty details. One separator is helping me to navigate to the student details. Okay, so one is for the list of records, one is for the new form of the student. Okay, so these how it is helping more me to go to the different modules. Okay, so let me update this. So let me ask one simple question, guys. Okay, so one simple question is coming for you. So custom modules are our own creation modules are same. Yes, yes, custom modules and our own creation modules are same. Mr. Many. Because the modules that I'm creating now is created by me only. Okay. Yeah, guys. So my question is, what are the application that I have created until now? So we have created one application, right? So we have created one application that is XYZ Corps. Okay. So if you see, we have three, four users: test user one, test user two, test user three, test user four. So you people also need an idea, right? So let me go and show the roles of that particular users. So test user one, two, three, four. So if you go for the test user one have a role called ITAL as well as student table role. Okay, student table role. So whereas coming to this particularly test user tool, this particular person also having the same thing because we already added these particular people in the group, right? So let me go with the test user 4. This person don't have anything. I think so. Yeah. So I'm removing the roles for the test user 4 guys. Okay. So I'm removing the role that is admin role. Click on edit and remove the role. Yeah, beside that, let me create one user, guys. Simply. So let me create one more user, test user 5. So I will also show the difference between these 4 users as well. Okay. Test user 5. Now click on submit. So this particular person don't have any access. Okay. This particular person don't have any access as per now. I haven't defined any role to this person. So now please tell me guys, this person are able to access my application that I have created. So everyone, please tell me the person that I have created just now, the user that I have created just now, is able to access my application, is able to access my modules inside my application. The person that I have created is test user 5 guys. That person don't have any role as per now, but I'm asking like this person can access my application that I have created, that is XYZ Corps. So guys, got the question right? So I have created one application that is with the name of XYZ. So for that application also there is no role as for now. And I have created one user just now. That person also don't have any role. But I'm asking one question here, whether the application that I have created is been accessible by the person or not. So that means accessible by the user or not. So as coming to this particular roles, guys, so the role that we decide to give for the application, that role should be there for the user also. Then only that person can see the application. Okay. But as coming to the applications without any role, okay, as coming to the applications without any role. So you can see the application that I have created. So the application that I have created, XYZ, there is no role for this application. There is no role for this application. As well as if you see, we have a lot of applications default in our instance, right? So let me go for the first application only, self-service. This particular application is been accessible by every user. This particular application has been accessible by every user. That you feel if the user has been created just now also, because this particular application also don't have any role. This particular application also don't have any role. So that means we confirmed that if there is no role for the application, that means that particular application will be accessible by each and every person. That particular application is been accessible by each and every person. So let me go impersonate the user, test user 5. So now I'm in the test user 5 account, guys. Okay. So let me search for the application that we created. So if you go for the all, you can see self-services has been displayed to this person. That means our application also will be displayed to this person. So this confirms. Okay. So this confirms. You can see my application has been already displayed over here. Okay. No need to search for that. So because the applications that you are seeing for the specific user, whenever the user is being created, that all applications that you are seeing in the all menu don't have any role to that application. Okay? Don't have any role to that application. That's the reason that person can see the application. And that person also can see the modules also. Okay, the person who is going to see the application, that person also can see the modules inside the application, guys. Whether that person can access the data inside the application or not, but he can see the modules. Okay, if that person is been capable of seeing the application, then that person is capable of seeing the modules inside that application. But rather than that, if the role is required to access the data inside that module, suppose here you can see. So let me search for our own application XYZ. That will be clear for us. No other specific data over here. So if you see, we have a faculty details over here as well as student details over here. So each and everything has a specific modules over here. So now if I click on list of faculty records, it is showing one particular error over here, guys. What is this? It is directly telling that so restrict security constructor prevent access to request this page. Okay, that means I can't access the page, even though if I go for the student also, that will be safe. So if you go for the student, guys, what it is displaying, I think it got struck. Okay, no problem. So it is after refreshing, my page has been going to the security prevention. Okay. So even though if we go for the student also, that particular person can't access the data inside the application. Okay. So let me go for the list of records. You can see security prevention has been given. So that confirms that the particular user file. Okay. User file is the person can't access data inside the module, but he can see the modules. He can see the modules with the help of an application. Okay, so with the help of an application. Now let me go to the any other user that we have. So test user one, because these persons do have an accesses, guys. So the application that we created, that should be visible to this person also. Okay, because there is no role for that particular application. Let me search for our application XYZ. You can see my application has been displayed. If I click on list of records, it is also showing the same thing. It is also showing the same thing. Now let me close this. Let me go back and impersonation. Okay, so now what I am doing is like, guys, okay, so now what I'm doing is like, now I am going to create one role. Okay, now I'm going to create one or two roles so that I'm going to specify which role is been required to access the application and which role is required to access the modules. Okay, so now let me go to the roles. So under user security, system security, you can see roles. Click on that. So from here, I'm going to create roles. So I'm going to create two roles, guys. One is for controlling the application. One is for controlling the modules inside the application. Okay. So that we will get a clear idea how we are going to work on that. Okay. So now name the role as XYZ app role. Okay, let me save this. Okay, I created one role. I'm not going to add permissions from here. I'm directly giving the permissions to the application as well as module. Okay, one more role has been created over here, that is XYZ module. Okay, one is for application, one is for module. So now I have created two roles, guys. We have two roles without any permissions as well as without any configurations on that role. Now I'm going to give permissions for that role. So how I'm going to give permissions? So I'm adding the role that I have created to our application directly so that it will define act as my application role. So now I'm adding my XYZ app role to the application. Okay, so XYZ app role to the application, and we have a lot of modules, right? For each and every module, I'm going to add XYZ module role. Okay, XYZ module. So it is asking for me to save the changes on the form. Save it. And for each and every module, I'm going to add role called XYZ module role, guys. Going to the visibility. XYZ module role. Add it. Done. Update. XYZ module role, add to the new faculty, update. List of faculty records. So even for every module, I'm going to use the same thing. Okay. So I'm leaving for the students, guys. So the same thing is going to happen for the students also. But I'm not going to do that because we have less time to complete this concept. Okay. So now what I'm doing is like I'm going to check for the roles that I have created. That is X, Y, Z. If you see my two roles has been created, if you go for the roles, you can see the properties will be added over there. The permissions will be added to the role directly. So you can see app permission has been added to the role that I have created. And if you go for the second role, this is XYZ module role. So it is added with the modules. Okay, it is added with the three different modules. You can see it is added with the modules. Okay, so now what I'm doing is like now we have added one role to the application, one role to the modules that we have. Now let me impersonate to the test user 5. Guys, now tell me, guys, now tell me, guys, please now tell me whether you are going to see the application for the test user 5 or not. The application that we created now, whether you are going to see that application for the test user 5 or not. So previously what happened, there is no role for the application, there is no role for the user. Okay. But I can directly see the application as well as I can see the modules under that application, but I can't access the data inside that modules. That's it. I can't access the data inside that modules. Now, what is the scenario? Now we have a role for the application, but there is no role for the user. Now the question is whether this user can access the application or not. So this person can't access the application because there is the role that we given for the application that is not there for the user. Okay. The role that you have given for the application that is not there for the user. That is the reason this person can't access the application. Okay. So I will show that. Let me impersonate to the user file. User file don't have any role, guys. Okay. User file don't have any role. If you go for the all, and now let me search for the same application previously that is visible for the user file. Now if I search for that application, it is showing no results found because we have added one separate rule for that. That role is required to access that application. Okay. Even if I go for the test user one also, that person can't access the application. Okay. Even if I go for the test user one also, let me impersonate to the test user one. If I go for the test user one also, that person can't access the application that we have created because the role that we have given for the application that is required to access the application. So let me search for our application. So you can see there are no results for that because the role that we have given to the application that is not given to any other users. Okay, any other users. Now let me give that role to the test user file. Okay, now I'm going to give that role to the test user file and I'm going to check whether the application role that I'm going to give that to the test user file is been working or not. Okay, so let me go to the users. So this is the test user file. Click on that. So at the roles section, I'm going to add one role, guys. So that is the role XYZ app role. Okay, XYZ app role is the role that is required to access the application. Okay, I'm not going with the second option, XYZ module role, guys. I'm not going with that. I'm directly giving the application role here. Let me search and add this. Okay, so it is not adding properly. So let me close this instance and open that once again. It's not working properly. Okay, so let me add the role to the users. Test user file. Now go to the role section here and click on edit and search for our role that is required to access the application and add that role. I think some glitches been happened over here, guys. No problem. So let me add the application role over here. I have added the application role and let me click on save. So you can see application role has been added over here. That means this particular test user file can access the application that we created now. Update it. Okay. So let me search for that. Impersonate user, test user 5. If I go for the impersonate user, test user 5, I will see the application that we created. Okay. I can see the application that we created. So let me go with the XYZ. So here guys, if you see, you can see the application, you can see the modules, but you can't see the faculty modules here. You can't see the faculty modules because for particular faculty modules, we have added one more role. Okay. To see the particular faculty modules, we need to add one more role also, that is XYZ app module role. Okay. So one is XYZ app role, one is XYZ app module role. So we need to add second role also to see the existing modules that are there under the application. Okay. As for now, we can see only the modules that are there for the application without any role. Okay. So now let me go and search for this particular application for the different persons. Okay. So the application role that is given to the only test user 5, that means no other persons is having this role. That person can't even access the application also. Let me impersonate to the another user and let me go for the test user 1 here. Click on the impersonate user. If I search for that particular application, I can't access that. Okay. So there is no result in the all menu. That means we can't access this application. Okay. So now let me show you one more thing also. Let me click on end impersonator. So if I go to my application, guys, if I go to my application XYZ. So here for particular 3 modules, for the first 3 modules, faculty details, new faculty and list of faculty records, I will have added one role. I have added one role. So for rest of the 2, we haven't added any role. So let me add the role, same role. Okay. I'm going to add the role also. XYZ module role, add it, done, date. And I'm going to go with the next module also, the list of student records. Add the role. Let me add the role of the module. Okay. So click on done, update. So now we have added the roles for the module, all the modules. That means if you want to access the modules also, we need to give one more role for the user. Okay. So now let me give one more role for the user also, the test user 5. So let me go to the test user 5 and go to the roles and click on edit. And let me search for my next role that we have created, XYZ module role. Add it and click on save. Now test user 5 have 2 roles, guys. One is for the application, one is for the all the modules that are there under the application. Okay. That confirms that test user 5 can see all the modules as well as application inside that particular way. So let me impersonate and check whether that is been displayed or not. Impersonating to the test user 5. Click on impersonate user. Now let me search for the application XYZ. So here you can see previously this test user 5 can't access the faculty details as well as new faculty, list of faculty records. But now this person can access all the modules that are there, because for each and every module, what I did, I have added the role, and that particular role also I have added to the test user 5. So this is how we are going to decide the level of security for the application as well as level of securities for the modules. Okay. So if you go for the different roles for different modules, that will be difficult for you people to give the each and every role, guys, for a user to access the modules inside that. So basically, whenever we are creating an application, right, We only create a role for the application, not for the modules. But to show something, I have created this particularly because we have one more option to show you. Okay. So please confirm whether you are able to understand until now or not. Any doubts, guys, until now? Any doubts? Do you have any doubts, guys? Please let me know. Topic name is data modeling, guys. Data modeling. In that particularly, we will discuss about the particular concepts called application as well as modules. So I already told one task for you. That means you need to work on different link types that we have in the modules. Okay. So I have explained 3 link types. You need to explore all the link types that are there. So no doubts as for now. So let me continue. So for the test user 5, we can see the application as well as we can see the modules inside the application, but we can't access the data up this point of time also. Okay. If I click on new record, it will show this particular page, but it won't able to access the data. Okay, I don't show the records. Okay, it won't show the records because it's restricted from the table side. It is been restricted from the table side. I will show you how you are going to view that as well. Okay. So now let me end the impersonator. So we confirmed that how the role is being important for the user to specify application as well as modules. Okay. So whereas coming to the modules, we have one more option also, guys. We have one more option also. Let me show you what is that option as well as how we can use that option. So if you go for this particularly application, so let me go for any of the module. So if I'm going to the new faculty module, so here in the role section, we have decided XYZ module role is required to access this particular module, right? Beside that, we have one more option called override application menu role. Okay, override application menu role. So what is this particular option do and how we are going to do that? So let me tell you. So let me activate it and update it. So what is this override application menu role does is like whatever the application role that we have for the XYZ application, XYZ Corps application, college application, the role that is required to access the XYZ Corps is XYZ app role. Okay. But if I use this option called override application menu role for each and every module, then we no need we is not required the application role for the user. Okay. So let me update this for the new student also. I'm going to override the application menu role. Click on update. So whatever the role that we are going to give for the user, if we give only the module role also, that is more than enough to access the application if we use this option. Okay. So now I have been added override option for all the modules. Okay. Now I have been added override option for all the modules. That means I don't need a role for this particular application. Okay. So whatever the role we have, okay. So whatever the role that is been there for the user, okay, no problem. We don't have any role for the application also. We can access the application. So let me show you that as well. So let me update it. So here I'm going to create one more user to show you that. Okay. Test user 6. Test user 6. Okay, this is one more user that I'm going to create. For this particular user, I'm going to give only single role, guys. Okay, only single role that is given to the modules. I'm not going to give the application role. Okay, I'm not going to give the application role here. I'm going to give only the module role here. So please observe very carefully. So I'm going to give the module role. Click on save. So to see the application, what is the role that is required? XYZ app role. But I'm not going to give that role for this test user 6. But this test user 6 can access the application as well as modules inside that application because we are using extra options that are available in our module, that is override application menu role. Okay, so if you enable that checkbox, what happens is like it will automatically overrides the role that is given to the application, and it will allow a user to access that application. Okay, now we will impersonate to the test user 6 and we'll check that whether this particular option has been working or not. Test user 6. Test user 6, click on impersonate user. Okay, so now let me search for my application. Here you can see, without having the application role also, I got the access for that application because we have enabled one checkbox over there in the module that helped us to access the application, even though this particular test user 6 don't have the access for the application. So got the clarity, guys, how this particular option is working? Got the clarity, guys, how this particular option is working? So tomorrow in tomorrow's class, I'm going to continue the same topic, guys. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Then after we are going to discuss some more configurations that we have in the tables. Okay, so we are going to start data configuration tomorrow, as well as I'm going to continue the same topic that we have left with. So we need to know the data, how we are going to see the data inside that modules as well. Okay, so I'm going to explain that in the tomorrow's class, and we will continue this class. Particular continuation of this content will be shared with tomorrow's class. Okay, so everyone is asking for the support mail, right? So I have shared the support mail in the Q&A. Please check that. This is the support mail. Okay, so you can check that this particular support mail helps you to connect with our and check with your credentials or any program issues that you have. Okay. So if you have any kind of technical issues from the program or platform, you can directly contact to this particular support team. They will help you out. Okay. As well as I want to share one more thing, guys, how you are going to access your Smart Interns portal, where you can see the entire program that you are going to work on. Okay. So let me log into my first. Guys, please let me know whether you're able to see the screen or not. So in the announcement course, the course is not coming. I mean, when I'm logging to my login. That may be issue from the now learning side, guys. No need to worry. Check. It will be accessible by some time. Okay. I have activated the actionable option and updated the student table, but I'm not able to create activities table by extending the student table. Asma, can you please contact me in the Telegram group so that I can definitely help you? Okay. So please text that to the admin so I will reach you out. Guys, please let me know whether you're able to see the screen or not so that I'm going to explain the Smart Interns portal, how you are going to log into that and how you are going to work on that. So where you are going to see your courses and where you are going to see your learning courses. I think it has been shared, guys. Please check. Yeah. Okay. So now it's visible for you. So you already know the access for this particularly. So this is the link that you people need to go with. Okay. So this is the portal link. Here you need to log in with your credentials. Okay. Let me enter my credentials here. So after entering your credentials, please click on login. Okay. This is the preview that you are going to see. This is a preview that you're going to see. So to track your exact things that you're performing on. So where you can do is like you need to go to the internships. Here, from here, you're going to access your course, that is ServiceNow Administrator. So you need to click on this access course. Then after, you're going to see the courses that are being assigned for you. Okay. This is directly redirect you to the NASCOM course, guys. Okay. If you click on this link, it will directly help you to navigate with the NASCOM course that you have. And the second thing that you have is learning resources. Okay. This will help you to navigate to the IBM course. Okay. So this will help you to navigate to the IBM course, and even the calendar, training calendar will be updated over here, and the recordings will be also updated over here. But beside that, you all can see the recordings in our Telegram group also. Okay. So the one link is been already shared for you people. That is being updated daily. Okay. The same link is going to work for the each and every day session. Okay. You can check out this particular thing, guys, how you are going to access this. If you have any kind of errors, or if you are facing any kind of difficulties to access this portal, you can directly contact to the mail that I have shared with you. Okay. So I have shared one mail with you, guys. Okay. So the same. So I didn't get any username and password from the smart enters. Yeah. Amanna, please go with the Sai Amanna. Please go with the support mail and contact them. They will definitely proceed you with the further process. Okay. So even I'm going to share that particularly once again, guys, support mail. Okay. So you can check it out. If you have any kind of difficulties, please contact them. Veera Venkatasai, what is the link that you want? Oh, to want to access the Smart Interns link that you are asking for? You people are asking for Smart Intern link, guys. So let me share that as well. Don't worry. So this is a login link that helps you to navigate to the Smart Interns, guys. The link has been shared. You can check it out. Was Veera Venkata Satyanarayana, so course is digital application fundamentals for off and on. No, no, no. You will see the course as ServiceNow administrator. That's it. If that has been different, please contact the support team. They will look after you. Okay. So I hope everyone got the good clarity about today's concept, guys, and everyone enjoyed. I think so. So it's mail to share. Yeah, you need to mail them to share the information that you have. So whatever the error that you are facing, take a screenshot of that, and whatever the content that you want to modify over there, please mention that in the mail and tag the screenshot over there and mail that to the team C. Okay, so that they will contact you or they will reply to you. They will check the credentials of you. Okay. So thank you all for joining, guys, and thank you for the today's cooperation that you people have shown. And so the topic that is been left is like we need to display the table data inside that modules, right? So we have discussed about the roles about the application as well as the roles on the modules and how we can override the application role. But we haven't seen how we can see the data inside that module, right? So I'm going to show that as well in the next class. So everyone, please come to the class in the tomorrow session also, because that is very important to understand how you can add the data to the module. So what is the requirement that you people need to do for that? So then after we are going to discuss about the data configuration. So in that particularly, we are going to start with the field dependency, and if the time permits, we are going to continue with the further topics. Okay. So once again, thank you each and everyone for joining the session. So if you have any kind of doubts, guys, please try to practice the concepts. And if you have any kind of a doubts, you can ask me in the Telegram group. Directly tag me at the rate Sandeep. Okay. So directly tag me @Sandeep and Sandeep Sandy will be the name that is being displayed in the Telegram group, or it will be displayed as admin. Okay, so directly tag me and mention the error that you are facing. So that may be on the now learning platform, that may be on the platform that you're working on, the issues. Okay, so whatever the issues that it may be, so you can directly tag me over there and paste over there so that I can look after that easily. Okay. So guys, I think that's all for the day. So we will all meet tomorrow and we will continue our topics. Bye everyone. Have a nice day. Yeah, Gangotri, as for now, it is not available. We are sharing the link for that, right, in the Telegram group. You can check with the link and you can continue watching the recordings. But if you want to see that in the Smart Intelligence group and Smart Intelligence credentials that you have received, it will take time for that. Okay. So that's why we are sharing previously to access the recordings for you with the link. Okay, everyone. Bye. Have a nice day. We will all meet tomorrow and we will continue our topics. Bye, 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 everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you once again. Thank you all for joining.